Hello my friends, it's Iona, your confidence and empowerment coach. How are you doing today? This is a live all about emotional pain, and if you are on my email list then you will have just received an email on this topic. Find a comfortable place to sit. If it is safe for you to do so, close your eyes, place your hand in the centre of your chest and take a nice deep breath in and out. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. No need to force your breath. As you breathe in and out, just breathe in gently and allow your breath to just do what it needs to do. If you need to take deep breaths, if you feel like you want to take some nice deep breaths and then release them, then absolutely do that. And as you're breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, feel how it feels for the air to come into your nose. How does it feel when the air comes into your nostrils? How does it feel when the air leaves your body, dissipates from your body? Notice, focus your attention on how it feels, how the air feels. This can be a really good practice to shift focus from any intrusive thoughts or any thoughts that are distracting you from your meditation, from your moment of peace and clarity and quietness. Focus on your breath. Focus on the sensation. Focus on the feeling of the breath coming into the body and how it feels when it leaves the body. Feel it coming in and feel it leaving. And as you do this, also notice how supported you feel in your seat, where you're sitting. Wherever you're sitting or laying or wherever you are, notice how supported you are under your body. How comfy and how easy it is for you to just relax and not be in any sort of effort. Not have to, you can let your body just be still and heavy and relax and just feel the heaviness feel the weight of your body, feel how your body is supported, your full weight is supported by your seat beneath you or your chair, your bed or wherever you are beneath you. Allow that to help you to sink in. Really sink into the seat with your body as you breathe in. As you breathe in and breathe out, and with every breath out, sink a little deeper into your seat. Breathe in and out and relax. Use this as an opportunity to relax. If you need to have permission to relax, I'm giving you permission right now to relax. This next 15 minutes or so is all about you. So just relax, it's all good. Beautiful. When you're ready, you can come back into the room. Emotional pain is something that I feel every human being experiences at some time in their lives. And it hurts. Emotional pain hurts. And I completely understand and see and feel as when so many of us are empathic, it's really easy for us to feel other people's pain, and many of us have taught ourselves to just shut down from feeling it because it feels so intense, and perhaps many of us have been made to feel bad or guilty or wrong for showing emotion, and also that feeling, that pain hurts so much that it's just so unpleasant that we choose to shut it off and we choose to stop feeling. But that's not doing us any service. That's not benefiting us at all. We were put here to feel feeling is part of being a human being. So why does pain hurt so much? Like, I love figuring out things, figuring out why things are the way they are. I've got a very explorative mind and being, and I want to know why things are the way they are. So I feel like pain is here to remind us that we're human beings, right? It's here to guide us. Your emotional pain is valid. Your emotional pain is real. Emotional pain is here to serve us and to benefit us. It's not bad or wrong. It's our body's infinitely intelligent guidance system. Our pain is not bad or wrong. It's our body's infinitely intelligent guidance system steering us to our truth. Something that I've explored is the idea that pain, emotional pain, is your body's way of telling you that you have deviated from your truth. That this information that you are hearing or feeling or experiencing is not your truth. It's going against what you know to be true deep down, authentically within yourself. And that's your body's way of getting you to notice. It's your body's way of making you aware of something that needs your attention, right? Because if it didn't hurt, then you wouldn't take any notice of it, would you? So it's making us aware that we're steering off of our path and away from our truth. And I feel that emotional pain happens especially to us, or feels like it's happening to us, from an experience with another person. So what another person has done, or from experiencing something traumatic where perhaps there's no person involved. But it can be things that have happened at a young age. It can be anything at all. It can be things that have happened yesterday. It could be something that happened today. It's all valid, right? Our emotions are valid and real. So we rarely get taught about how our emotions work or how to use them. We rarely get taught emotional intelligence, right? At school we get taught logical intelligence. We don't get taught emotional intelligence, right? And I feel like you cannot have one without the other. We are so disconnected from our emotional bodies. We're so disconnected from our intuition. And I love teaching people. I love teaching my clients and reminding my clients of how powerful their intuition really is. Your intuition is so powerful. Your guidance system is infinitely intelligent. How freaking cool is that? It's infinitely intelligent. It has no limits. It's infinite, right? It's so powerful. So many of us have suppressed the messages that your emotional guidance system is telling us, right? Because we've not been taught about our emotional guidance system, about how our emotions work. We've not been taught emotional intelligence. We don't know how to identify what it means when we experience emotional pain. It's a message. It's a message that you need to put your attention onto something in order for you to transform it. It's a message that something needs an awareness. It's a red flag. It's a red flag and it's an alarm bell. But we don't know how to look out for it. We don't know how to deal with it. We don't know what to do with that information. So we suppress it more often than not. We suppress that information and it becomes like a dull hum or a noise in the background of our lives. It's just constantly there. That emotional pain is constantly there and we push it down. But it's like that cork, you know, the cork that floats on the surface of the water. That's the metaphor that Abraham Hicks uses, is the cork floating on the surface of the water. Every time you push it down, it wants to pop back up. It really wants to pop back up. So the more you try and force down that emotional pain, the more it's going to pop back up. And do you know when it's going to pop back up? Triggers. Triggers is how it pops back up. We get triggered, right? Our triggers are so powerful. Our beliefs, perspectives, opinions, roles, and stories of ourselves and our world around us create our actions, reactions, and interactions with everything, right? With other people, with ourselves, with everything that we experience, right? That's why some people react differently to different situations, because we have all of these perspectives and beliefs and opinions that are so personal to us. One person can experience something and not be bothered about it, but then someone else can experience something and that be so triggering and traumatic, and so that's what everybody is different. Everybody has different needs, and everybody has different levels of emotional intelligence. But our triggers are so powerful because our triggers are the places in our belief system where we are ready to transform the most, right? Your triggers, our triggers, my triggers, I love my triggers. Not at the time, obviously, because they're like, they're triggers, so they're going to feel unpleasant, right? Yeah. So when we feel triggered, it doesn't feel good, it feels unpleasant. We feel angry, sad, frustrated, powerless, not good enough, self-doubt, unworthy, plus many other things that you probably recognize, or you probably have felt in your life, right? But instead of becoming aware of what those things are and where they're coming from, we tend to suppress them or ignore them until they fester and grow, and then that's when we start to get serious problems, mental health and physical health problems. Because remember that the brain and the body and the being are all connected. They're all one. It's all one whole being, right? So when you're pushing down an emotion, that's also affecting your physical body and your mental body too, right? So becoming aware of our pain, emotional pain, becoming aware of where it is and why it's there, becoming aware of it and not hiding from it, and not suppressing it, and not trying to control it, is one of the most empowering things that we can do to ourselves, for ourselves, and for other people as well. So the next best thing you can do is to ask for help, whether that be with a therapist or a coach or a counsellor. There are millions, if not billions, of people on the planet who are trained and highly qualified and very good at what they do, and they're here for that. They're here to assist and guide through emotional pain. And many people, many coaches, many therapists, many counsellors are there because they have personally experienced emotional pain, and they have found a way out, and they felt inspired by that way out, and want to show others, teach others how to find a way out, how to transform and grow from their emotional pain. We could also include daily practices or regular practices such as meditation, yoga, healthy diet, journaling. Journaling is one of my favourites. Gentle exercise. All of these things benefit mind, body, and emotions. But most of all, feeling our feelings. To feel is to heal. Feeling our feelings, feeling our pain is one of the best things that we can do to move through it, is to sit with it, right? And it's not pleasant. It's really freaking unpleasant. It feels heavy. It feels hard. You cry, you want to express emotion. Crying is one of the most powerful things you can do, because we have chemicals in our tears that actually make us feel better, and also we're moving energy around the body. Energy wants to move. Energy doesn't want to stay in one place for long, right? It wants to move around. So when you're expressing emotion, when you're crying, it is moving through you. Also water, like water is extremely powerful. Your tears are water, right? It takes time. It takes time to transform. It takes time to heal. It takes time. Hi, Rachel. It takes time to transform. It takes time to integrate emotional pain. And that's why it's so powerful to receive assistance. And it may take you time to find the perfect person. Yay! It may take time for you to find the right person to help you, to assist you through your emotional pain. But the more we ignore it and suppress it or deny it, the longer it like gnaws at us. It gnaws at us, and it festers, and it makes life harder than it should be. It makes life struggle, and life should not be struggle. Life should be relieving and fun and free. And okay, we're always going to experience, we're here, we're having a human experience, we're always going to experience emotional like wobbles and things, like unless you're a monk sitting on a mountain meditating 20 hours of the day, or however many hours they meditate, I don't know, then you're going to experience some stuff, right? We're going to experience some shit. So that's when learning about your emotions, learning about emotional intelligence, and becoming aware of what you've got going on at a belief level, perspective level, is super duper powerful, and it can totally like transforming your perspectives, your beliefs, your opinions of yourself, your stories, your roles. Not only helps you at an emotional level, but at a mental and physical level too. Absolutely. And this is coming from experience. This is coming from personal experience. And I find that my emotional pain reminds me that I'm a human being, right? And not a human doing. Remember, we're human beings, not human doings. And that I actually have, and it also reminds me that I have a well-functioning emotional guidance system, right? It reminds me that my guidance system is working when I'm feeling pain. When something is triggering me, it's stingy and icky at the time, but when I've felt the feelings that I need to feel, I can then go, right, what is this experience showing me? Like this, I understand from a logical perspective and an emotional perspective that my triggers are the points where I'm ready to transform the most in my belief system. So where exactly do I need to transform in order for this to become irrelevant to me, right? Because remember what I said about how some things, depending on what your perspective is, aren't going to affect certain people, right? It's just going to be like, cool, let's just do something, let's move on, right? Like, so if we're having an experience and something triggers us, then that is the perfect place for us to transform it, so that experience becomes like, cool, whatever, irrelevant, I don't care, that's whatever, like from an authentic place, not an ignoring it kind of place, So I like to use a metaphor of a tree, right? Of a sapling, of a young tree, right? And as it grows, it gets like bashed about by the wind, and every time it does that, every time that happens, they hi, is that Amitsa? Hi. So every time the wind comes in, right? And the wind is like the emotional pain, right? The tree's roots get stronger and more grounded in the ground, and the tree grows higher, right? And then more emotional storms come in, right? And storms are the emotional pain, and it like blows the tree about, right? But the tree gets stronger and more rooted in the ground. And I see that as me. I see myself and my clients as the tree, right? And the more inner work you do, the more personal development you do, the more transformation that you do on yourself and your belief system and your triggers and your emotional pain, the stronger your roots get, the stronger your foundations get, so that when the storms come in, when things happen, right, on this human experience, when things happen, we're grounded, we're in the ground, we're prepared, right? We're what's the word that I use? Resilient, right? We become more resilient, we become emotionally intelligent. So yeah, the storms are triggers, right? So the storms come in and trigger me, and my makes the tree like ah, and that I learn to grow from that storm, right? From that trigger. And the choice is mine, right? The choice is ours. The choice is always ours. That we can choose to focus on the negative of the trigger and just avoid it at all costs, which sometimes is the path of least resistance, because it's too much to transform the trigger right away, right? But then you get to a stage where something's triggering you consistently and you get really hacked off, and you have to work through it, right? I can't deal with this anymore. This is affecting me. This is affecting my ability to be happy. This is affecting my everyday life. This is affecting me showing up in myself, in my business or my job or my relationships or whatever. So I have to transform this. I must transform it. Like you get it's a proper like instinctual, like I need to do this. So we get a choice. We can focus on the negative, or we can transform it. We can choose something differently. So when is it time? When is it time to work on our emotional pain? When is it time to seek out that assistance, that whether that's with a therapist or a coach or a counsellor or whatever path that is in alignment with your own journey, is when it's affecting you. It's when it's stopping you from living your life, and it's affecting your joy and your happiness. It's affecting you showing up in the world. It's almost like you've had enough. You're at your wit's end. Right? You're at your wit's end. You're at the end of your rope. There's so many metaphors, there's so many sayings, isn't there? The straw that broke the camel's back. I'm at the end of my tether, at the end of my rope. I've had it. I've had enough. It's like, you've just, this is it. I need to do something about this. I can't go on like this because we know that there's something better. We know that we can experience something better, right? And I know we can experience something better because I've experienced better things, and I feel like this reality is so dualistic, right? We have the good and the bad, and when you experience something really, really bad, it's almost like the good times when you experience something really, really good, and that's not an excuse for bad times, but it's just an awareness that sometimes when you've had enough bad times, you're like, right, I've had enough of this. I want to experience the other end of this spectrum. I want to experience something really, really freaking good. I want to experience real freedom and joy and empowerment and emotions that are the other end of the spectrum, alternative emotions from the heavy negative emotions. So let's transform. Let's build our emotional intelligence muscles. Let's build resilient, strong roots so that we can face the storms, right? So we can face our triggers, so we can transform our triggers, so that we can become really resilient people who go out and make shit happen. Go out and get what we want in the face of all of the stuff that says that we shouldn't do what we want to do, right? In the face of adversity, in the face of it being not the right time, doing the stuff that lights the way, like it creates a path for others. That excites me, like creating a path for others to go down, because we've not experienced all of this emotional pain and all of this emotional hurt and all of this crap to have it looming over us for the rest of our lives. I honestly don't believe that. I believe that our pain and our trauma does not define us. It's not our identity, right? It's a false identity. It's something that we've taken on because we believe that it's a shell and it can protect us, but it doesn't protect us. We believe that it's going to keep us safe, but it doesn't keep us safe. It limits us. and it stops us from growing, right? It's like somebody coming in and putting like a cover or something on the sapling of the tree so it can't grow. It's stopping our growth. It keeps us small, it keeps us in pain, it keeps us hurting, it keeps us experiencing bad situations and circumstances and experiences. It inhibits our growth and expansion, right? It's like the little sapling who could grow, who had the opportunity to grow into a giant oak tree, but couldn't, right? Because perhaps, the storms they were too afraid of the looming storms, or they had something come in and like cap them, stop them from growing. So, I opened up my calendar on Saturday for individual single coaching sessions. You can book one, you can book many. I rarely do this. I usually only do 3-month programs, but I felt inspired to open up my calendar to offer single coaching sessions because I love coaching. Anyway, I do it all day, every day. I want to do it all day, every day. That's my goal. That's my goal for this next month, is to be of service as much as I can, because I see so many amazing people in doubt, in fear and self-doubt and low confidence and low self-esteem, and I'm ready to make a path. My sessions are the perfect opportunity to let go of baggage, let go of your baggage, to release and to feel the opposite, feel the alternatives of what you've been feeling for perhaps days, months, weeks, years, decades. It's an opportunity to experience fresh perspectives and to feel freedom, relief, joy, excitement, contentment, lightness, and like you've never felt before. Like you may have felt it before, but this is a different level. This is like next level of those emotions. I hold my clients in a safe container, a safe space, and I act as their guide to transformation. My work is intuitive and it's solution focused. So my work is based on what you want to see and feel and why you can't. What is it that's stopping you from experiencing that? Okay? So emotional pain is not bad or wrong. To feel is to heal. If you would like to book a session with me, I have a link in my bio. My Calendly link is in my bio. Hi. And I would love to have you. I would love to support you and assist your transformation. Remember that your emotional pain, your trauma does not define you. It's not your identity. And it is valid. It is valid. What you have experienced is difficult, it's tough, and it hurts. It absolutely hurts, no matter what it is. No matter what it is you've experienced. Don't think that because it's, not as bad as others have had it, that it's not valid or that it's not worth exploring. So, on that note, thank you for joining me. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and remember to check out the link in my bio for my link tree. Go down and it's the one that says book a coaching session, book a discovery call coaching session with me. Enjoy the rest of your day, my friend, and I will speak to you on Thursday. So I'll see you then for the next live. Lots of love, big hugs. Yay! See you soon. Bye.